Every time I think, look at just the Knicks and think about Brunson and what their ceiling is, what their potential, I can't help but go back to Becky Hammon's comment, which for anyone who loves Jalen Brunson, I know that that stung to hear it that way, but she had a point in what she was what she was saying, and I can't help but think between the head coach and again, I think they could use another guy. I think they could use like I thought Mikal Bridges could become was on his way to becoming almost like an elite wing guy in the league. And I thought if he was at that level and ready to be at that level, apparently his jump shot, he's been doing experiments with his jump shot and changing the thing up. And he seems fine now, but like he was on a trajectory that I think, not to say he regressed, but he's clearly not a 20-point per game guy right now, like he was in Brooklyn.
But you also got to remember something. You talk about Mikal Bridges in Brooklyn. Mikal Bridges was a piece added in a trade for Kevin Durant from Phoenix, and he was coming off of six man duties. And when he left Phoenix, you went from being a complimentary six man to being
Yeah, he
the
was the number
man.
one option. Yeah.
Then going from that to being like number three or number four in New York with the
But he
Knicks, and
could,
then
but Brand, he could have been number two if he wanted to. He was on the pat. When he was coming in, my reaction was, okay, he's gonna get shots. He based on what I've been seeing. Why are you three behind? Why are you? I mean, maybe behind Julius Randle, maybe now it's Cat. But like, my thing was like he should have had a better case for being like even number two. He
I
was on
think
his way.
respectfully, I think you kind of answered your question. Like I think he got traded to the Knicks around the day before the draft, and Julius Randle was the 4-5. And then Julius Randle got traded, and then Cat came in and dominated. I think we knew
Yep.
Cat was going to be effective. I don't think we knew he was going to be that effective.
Oh,
And I think we're seeing things that he dusted off from his bag that we hadn't seen since his early days in Minnesota.
facts.
I think, and so I think it's that plus you also are sharing minutes between both Brunson and OG Anunoby.
Right. True.
Anunoby is the chess piece that's, I don't want to say it's prohibitive. I just think that a defining role, he's had three different roles on three different teams. If we're to say he had three different roles on three different teams, was his role in Villanova his real role? Was his role in Phoenix his real role? Was his role in Brooklyn the real role? Or is the role in New York what it is now? I kind of feel like I'm not comparing them, but I kind of feel like that's the kind of conversations we were having with Ben Simmons early on. Was he a starting point guard that was going to be the next LeBron or Magic, or was he going to be the complementary piece next to Kevin and Kyrie?
Hmm.
Or is he in the role he's supposed to be with the Clippers? I think it's a similar dichotomy there.
I can't help but look at coaching, and I'm not trying to blame it on Tibbs, but in my opinion, when a guy like Mikal Bridges was playing the way he was playing in Brooklyn, if he goes to a head coach like a JJ Redick or Joe Mazzulla or an offensive minded coach and that staff is offensive minded and his jump shot isn't looking the way I saw it look on his first day of practice at the Knicks. They are making an effort to be like, hey, we want you taking 15 plus shots. We want you playing like you played in Brooklyn in moderation, but like we want that version of you that's been evolving, and we don't just want you as a 3-and-D guy. But I respect him so much because to your point, he can be somewhat of a chameleon. He can still score the ball. He can still hit shots. He's an excellent defender. So as a player, and that's what I said when I reacted when they got him. He's going to do what it takes to win. He's a winning player. He's rangy. He's long. He can do so many different things to help them compete, and that's what he's going to do.
He plays like he played in Phoenix, they're golden.
Agreed. I think yeah, because in Phoenix, look, he started to come on even more in Phoenix each year. I'm
Think,
like,
think about that. In Phoenix, you played alongside a point guard in Chris Paul. You played along a superstar two or
yeah,
three in Devin Booker,
yeah,
and then you played alongside an Aiton, who was more of a mobile big man,
that,
right?
yeah.
You look at the Knicks situation. You're playing next to an all-star in Jalen Brunson, who was your teammate in Villanova. You're playing alongside a Karl-Anthony Towns, who was a mobile big man, but more of a hybrid mobile big man in comparison to Aiton. I think we're still figuring out what Aiton is going to be. And then you're looking at option three, whether that be OG Um, I guess that would be OG. I
Yeah.
think not comparing OG to Devin Booker, but you've been in situations versus when you're in Brooklyn, you're playing alongside Claxton, who as a big man who was more defensive minded than a scoring big. You were playing alongside Cam Thomas, who the Nets couldn't figure out where to put him, but has arguably been the best player on their team for years. And then you're playing alongside what? Cam Johnson as well. Like you're in a situation where younger team in Brooklyn versus experienced team in Phoenix that was a championship appearing team. And even playing in Villanova, where you went to the national championship, I mirror myself after Phoenix and Villanova.